Hello,
Hello.
my name is Katie Clark. I'm an assistant professor at Augsburg University. Thank you for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
So, just before we begin, I just have to confirm that you consent to be interviewed and that the interview will be stored at Augsburg University and made available to the public.
Yes, I do. It'll be my pleasure.
All right. And before we get started, can you tell us your first and last name?
My name is Dwayne Wright.
All right. What is your title here at Central Lutheran Church?
I am Director of Security here.
So, Dwayne, can you tell us a little bit about where you grew up and who you called family?
I grew up in Waterloo, Iowa, believe it or not. Very small town. I have 5 daughters, and I take care of my mom also. So, that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, so how did you end up in Minnesota then?
I had a sister up here already, and then I went to junior college for 2 years in Kansas, and then I transferred to Mankato State. And then once I left Mankato, I stayed here in Minnesota. Wasn't many jobs in Iowa, so staying here in Minnesota was a better opportunity for me. And been here ever since.
All right. And what did you get your degree in then?
Business administration.
Business administration. All right. So, can you tell me how did you end up working then at Central Lutheran?
I used to be at the airport before I started here. I used to run a CTX machine. We used to look for explosives for baggage going up under the plane. And I was there for about 2 years, and then I was one of the budget cuts, which actually worked out because otherwise I wouldn't have been here at Central. And then I tried to look for other jobs, but it wasn't nothing coming along. And then I went to a security company, and then they asked me, do y'all mind working for a church? And then I was kind of hesitant at first, and I'm like, why would a church need security? And then I got here, then I seen it was a place for the community to come to. And then I did an interview, and then she asked me, did I want the job? And I said, sure.
So how long ago was that now?
That was going on 16 years now.
Wow.
Yes. And I was with a contract company. And then the church offered me a position to leave the contract company and asked me would I work directly for them. And I said, of course I would. So now I'm hired directly through the church.
Great.
And which is better. I have benefits now and 401k plan, so it couldn't be any better.
Awesome. Well, so what do you, because I think when you started, there was not a restoration center, is that correct?
It was a restoration
Oh,
center.
there was. Okay.
Yes.
When did the
Well,
restoration center start?
it was actually it was fellowship hall that was open. So that's where we served the meals. So people came there 4 days out the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and they just sat up in fellowship hall. We actually had a school downstairs where the restoration center used to be. So then once the school left, then they decided to open up another spot downstairs in the basement for the community.
Interesting. And so what was the idea behind naming it the Restoration Center? Do you remember?
Rolf came up with that, one of our old past employees, and he came up with that name. Yes, I don't exactly know where he got it from. I'm not too for sure, but to me it fits.
Yeah, it fits. And so the Restoration Center is the clothing closet, the health commons, the job coaches, the meals, all of it, right?
All in one. Yes, indeed.
Great. So can you tell me a little bit about what you remember of your first encounters with what was probably called the nursing center at that time, not the health commons? What do you remember?
Let's see. When I first started, the head nurse was named Sandy. I know she was from Canada, but I can't remember her last name.
Finn.
There you go. Yep, Sandy Finn. I met her and we got along great. Actually, we were pretty good friends, and we started working together, and I think that's about it.
So does it look a lot like how it looks now? Or does it look different? I mean, obviously we're in a trailer this year, but as far as before we moved to the trailer.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much set, pretty much the same. Yeah.
And how do
I think both of you had kind of the same ideas. So I think mostly it was just for you both just wanted to make sure that the community felt comfortable and safe and welcoming and for them to have a place to go. So
And how do you view nursing as part of the Restoration Center?
I think it's a great idea. I don't think we can go without it. No, with the community, with the hygiene kits given out twice a week, it is great to do. Soap, socks, toothbrush, toothpaste, razors, even washcloths, because a lot of times the community don't get a chance to, when they do take showers and stuff like that somewhere else, they have none of them items that they can use because a lot of the shelters don't give them items. So having a restoration center here gives them an opportunity to clean themselves up.
Great. So why do you think people keep coming back to the nurses?
For the community, for them it's trust. So y'all been here a long time and the community feel very comfortable working with people that they know. If they don't know them, it's hard for them to interact, and you nurses have a great relationship with them and you make them feel comfortable. You make them feel loved, and that goes a long way for the community.
So that being said, what could we do better?
Really, I think it's going perfectly. I mean, it'll be kind of hard, for you to be in there every day, but for 4 days out the week that it's open. But it could be a need for 4 days out the week. Mm-hmm. Yes.
As far as the space itself, again, we're in the trailer, but imagine our old space or what our new space will ideally look like. Do you feel like it's a welcoming space? And if not, what could we do to be more welcoming?
I think it's a welcoming considering the situation that we're in right now. Of course, we're in a trailer. Mm-hmm. So we have to adjust, and I think we adjusted pretty darn good. In the old spot, I didn't really like that one way in and one way out. People had to come in and exit the same way. So in the new building that we're going to build is going to accommodate things more. So it'll be great. It'll be great.
I agree. Having 2 doors to exit has always been key.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, indeed.
So what's been your favorite part about being part of the Health Commons community? If you could share a story or not, it's up to you.
I don't know. Working with y'all has just been awesome. Like I said before, we can't do it without y'all. That's for sure. So I just like to say thank y'all for being here and thank y'all for everything that y'all do. And thank y'all for being loving and caring and showing the community that they have other options and people out there do care for them. So that's what I'm really appreciative of for y'all.
You're not done with your questions.
Thank you.
You're not done with your questions yet, though. So, as far as, because I want nurses to really think about caring for people mm-hmm. who are coming through. So, what kind of challenges do you think that people are typically experiencing when they're coming to the Health Commons?
Well, the biggest challenge before and now, before our problem used to be intoxication. Mm-hmm. And now we're going into the adjustment that more people are having issues with being mentally ill. Mm-hmm. So I'd say that is the big adjustment for now. Yeah.
Great. When I think about you, I think about you have such skill in what you do and in building relationships and really de-escalating situations.
Thank you.
Well, you do. And so what is something that nurses at the Health Commons can do better to help you with security issues? How could we help you more?
I think y'all doing a great job. What y'all doing now? Yeah, I think we make a great team. I think we do. And trying to see. I can't think of one right now. You got me on the spot.
I got you. Well, it's just so much wisdom in how you connect with people and really make a situation that could go, one way, go the other, which mm-hmm. is I mean,
Well, for
priceless.
me, I'm a people's person, so that goes a long way into the job. So if you're not a people person, it could make things a little bit difficult for you. So I like meeting new people. I try to treat everyone the same, and that's a big thing there too. Just try to treat everyone the same and show no favoritism and show everyone that you're in it, for them. It's not about yourself, and just being friends with them. So you show them that you care about them, and you give them respect, and they will do the same for you back.
All right, two more questions. One
Okay.
would be, we have students come in quite frequently that come sometimes just a one-time deal.
hmm
Is there anything we can improve with that situation as far as the nurses coming in? Do you have any thoughts about that?
I think the only thing that maybe would help them, before they come in, kind of give them a rundown and kind of tell them what to expect. That you are going to deal with some people who have mental issues, so that it won't be a shock to them. So they can come in and won't be surprised. So I think it's in maybe that'll kind of give them an idea. Is that really what they want to do? They might want to decide to volunteer somewhere else, because this is pretty much hands-on kind of gig. So I think that's probably the most important thing. Yeah. Some people, they're not going to look their best. Some people are going to maybe have the same clothes on for a week or so. So just so they know the different challenges that they're going to meet. Yes.
Well, in your mind, what do you think the health commons should look like in 20 years from now?
Hopefully you'll still be here in 20 years. And hopefully I'll still be here in 20 years, unless we hit the lottery or something.
Yeah,
Then
that's
I
right.
expect neither one of us to be here. But I think in 20 years, as long as we carry on the tradition, as long as we, show that we're loving and caring, and maybe eventually get on to a bigger space, and maybe, have nurses here every day, not only working through the restoration center, but also working through Central, because we have a lot of elderly members here. So I think, just having the nurses here make my job a lot easier. So maybe to expand it a little bit more. I think that'll be a great goal.
All right, that's all I have for questions for you. Is there anything you want to add or say? It can be anything at all.
I just think the nursing station is a wonderful thing, like I said before, and thank y'all for everything that you do. And thank you for y'all's support. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So that ends our interview for this segment. So.
All right, peace out.